Joining us now for more, again, is the founder of the Disclosure Project, Dr. Stephen Greer. Dr. Greer, great to have you back on. Appreciate you making time for us. On Wednesday night, you told me about 6 different black sites that have been running illegal UAP and UFO projects, and that they will be coming forward within the next 30 days before Inauguration Day. My question, coming forward with what?
Well, what their intention is to, at least the primary organizer of that, who is a senior operator at 2 black sites in the high desert out west. He is heading this up with us and with his team, and he has 6 other black sites. Now, I don't know how many of these men will actually be coming forward. He and a few of his Special Forces operators will be coming forward publicly, meaning name, rank, serial number, and their involvement. Now, what I've heard, if he can do this, he's planning on releasing the proof, the video, photographs of the downing of extraterrestrial vehicles, or NHI, non-human intelligence craft, as well as the man-made ones, and some other operations that are a little more disturbing. And that this is something that he plans to do, he said, by early January. And of course, now this is already the 20th of December. So it's certainly within the next few weeks.
Can I ask you, Dr. Greer, disturbing how?
Well, some of the programs have involved setting up what's called a TFR, a temporary flight restriction is what that stands for, over these black sites. And when they are preparing to either, number one, test a man-made UFO, which looked very much like a non-human one, because the reverse engineering is that advanced now. And number two, when they are targeting a non-human craft, which there's some very advanced technologies being used to do that. And these include illegal electromagnetic pulse weapons and other advanced energy weapons.
So you're saying these black op groups have electromagnetic pulse weapons?
Yeah, and those are banned by the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty,
Dr. Greer,
of course.
Do you draw a connection between Joe and Kamala suddenly returning to the White House without advance notice?
Well, I do know that there is, from military operators we know personally, a sort of heightened state of urgency or emergency because, and I think this could be sort of another diversion, although a real threat, of something that's gone loose that they're looking for, either a terrorist bomb, a dirty bomb, something like that, that these drones are looking for. But my understanding is all of that has been unleashed as a diversion and to create fear and chaos prior to this group of defectors, because the main leader of that group has been meeting with some senior people on Capitol Hill in very closed meetings and SCIFs, secure communication information facilities. I have been doing that as well. And he has also met with some Pentagon folks. So,
have you been in touch with the president-elect or his team in any way?
Yes, not directly with President Trump, but people very close to him and people who are nominees for his cabinet.
On Wednesday, you told me that you have seen alien biologics. We're talking about alien bodies not of this earth. Some, you said, are about 1.5 feet tall, others closer to 10 feet tall. What else can you tell us about their appearance?
Well, they come from, as I understand it, from various star systems, and none of them are hostile.
And you've seen these with your own eyes?
I've seen the images and the photographs, and we've had a few expeditions where we've seen the actual beings that have appeared on operations that I've been part of out in remote areas.
Describe them.
And, well, we have some interesting pictures. There was one that occurred in Arizona, where I'm headed actually soon, in a couple hours, and it was about 5 feet tall, had a very unusual head, large eyes, and a beak-like nose. You know, I could actually send that photograph to you. It was at night, and we were doing an operation out in a remote area above Tucson in the mountains. So this is something we've been doing for about 30 years, trying to see if we can make contact with these civilizations, and we've had a number of extraordinary events happen. But in the case of these black sites, you know, most of these, as I understand it, they call them biologicals, whether they're, you know, even when they shoot down a civilian aircraft, which this is one of the horrible things this man and his team feel terrible about. When they put, this is a big FAA flight safety thing I'm going to tell you, it's going to come out, I might as well give you a warning now. When they put these TFRs up got flight restrictions. If a small civilian aircraft, like a private jet or a private aircraft, strays into that area, they hit it and they take it out, they incinerate it. There's no trace of it.
Okay,
and
let me just stop you.
He's very emotional.
I just want to make sure that's remarkable. They'll shoot.
Well, it's horrible.
It is horrible.
Yeah, I'm a doctor. I'm a trauma doctor, so I'm looking at this as a medical guy too, and it was like, my God.
I can only imagine. And this all seemed to start Roswell, 1947. Alien spaceship crashed in New Mexico. Allegedly, the government recovered a flying saucer and alien bodies. Dr. Greer, if these things can fly millions of light years to get here, why are they crashing when they get here?
They're not crashing. They're being downed. Even back in the 40s, we had early.
So they have technology where they can travel light years, but they get to good old planet Earth and we're bringing them down? That seems a little far-fetched.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was rare back at that point, but it's become more refined. The weapon systems are more refined.
Why are we bringing them down, and why are they not retaliating?
Because they're fundamentally not hostile. I mean, there's no question. I tell people, if people knew 1% of what this team coming forward knew about what we have been doing, and we have captured some of these beings alive, and they're still in captivity, we're wanting them to be liberated.
Can these beings communicate? Can they communicate? Do they look humanoid? Do they look like you and I? Or do they look like what we see on Ancient Aliens, little gray men? Sorry, go ahead.
No, the ones that look like that actually are in a sense, mechanical biological drones that look like aliens. So you hear about the mutilations of cattle and the abductions. That's a psyop. I have a document, and actually Dr. Jacques Vallée has a document from the CIA from 1985 talking about using these sort of little robotic creatures and the man-made craft to engage in abductions. I mean, it's an utterly absurd stagecraft, as it's called.
Do you buy into the alien abduction narrative?
Well, I mean, I think people have had some limited contact, but the abductions as they're portrayed, those are being done by a covert human operation. No doubt. We can prove that.
Are you concerned for your safety, Dr. Greer?
Yeah, and so is my family, but that's old news. I mean, I started getting death threats years ago, but that's just the way it is.
Just a quick one. Why do these men from these black programs, why are they going to defect now and unmask all of this now before a presidential election? Why now?
I think they want to be able to be sure that the incoming administration has this to focus on, because it's at the root of a lot of other problems that they refer to as the deep state. This is the crown jewel of deep state operations globally. They know that. They're high enough in there to know it. And so that's why. The other reason is, and it's a little more disturbing, is that they know from communications apparently that have been intercepted that these civilizations are getting fed up with us attacking them, and that the worst case scenario is that we don't fix this madness ourselves and some outside force has to fix it for their own defense, I might say, in a self-defensive posture. So the time is short. This has gone on for way too long, my friend.
Yeah.
And it's the chickens are going to come home to roost, frankly.
So just in summary, Dr. Greer, the U.S. government is in possession of alien bodies, alien biologics, alien spacecraft. There's been a cover-up for more than 70 years, and this is going to be unveiled, unmasked, disclosed within the next 30 days.
Yeah, but it's not the U.S. government of we the people. It's this shadowy, parallel secret government operation. I want to make that very clear.
Yeah.
Most people say the U.S. government. Honestly, when I meet with people, senior people, Senate Intelligence, Armed Services, White House, they know nothing about you, no more than they do.
Wow.
And that can't happen in a democracy. It just can't happen.
Dr. Stephen Greer, appreciate you being with us. Stay safe. Love to have you back. If I don't see you, have a great holiday. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You too. Happy holidays.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.